Can you give me a clap on go so our audio sync?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. And that was just a fuck with you. What's up, and welcome to a very special episode of Just Two Friends Talking Gaming. I have divorced my lover in the night and upgraded for him for a much newer, younger model. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm not too bad. Very excited to be here.
Yeah, we definitely haven't just done 40 minutes of technical problems.
No, definitely not.
It went all fine. We both have a companion with us today in honour of our theme and our topic.
Yeah.
A little Winnie the Pooh on the side.
Having the best time.
Yeah, I mean yours is a little bit deformed, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying his
Well
hardest.
loved.
Yeah.
That's the thing though. Like as the kids, like you have all these like stuffed animals, or if you're a pure adult, you would call them a stuffy, right? Only
Yeah.
mature adults do that.
Stuffy.
You didn't want, like, if you went to your friend's house and their stuffies were like immaculate, you'd be like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
as a kid,
like-
obviously, as an adult, you wouldn't do that, right?
Yeah, like this is one deformed cutie. And I'm okay with that because it
That's how
just
you
means,
used to describe me.
oh, well, here we are. Now I describe this gorgeous man.
Hold on, get ready for this
Cute.
ASMR.
Oh,
Opening that bottle of cherry coke.
oh, fancy. I'm on orange squash.
Oh, living that hardcore life.
Yeah.
So, I think we're going to chat a little Disney's Dreamlight Valley today.
We are.
You've not heard of this game, right?
Oh, you know what? I think it's brand new.
No, of course. We ditched the old man Mark, who, if we're honest, while he's not here, kind of looks like a monkey.
I mean, I could see it.
We were playing Overcooked the other day, and we were playing as monkeys called Ree and D. And now I can't not think of him as a monkey. And we were doing like Planet of the Apes quotes. I just watched that his edit of that, so now I can't help but think of him as a monkey. Like a good monkey though, not like a Harambe. He's a good monkey.
Okay, I see
Can
it.
we talk about Harambe yet?
I mean, it's been long enough, right?
It's been long enough. I can't actually remember. Did he kill a kid? Is that why he got killed? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Let's move on swiftly from the Harambe topic. So yes, Disney Dreamlight Valley came out last Tuesday as of recording this. This is going to post a little later than our recording. So 6th, right? I think it came out on the 6th last week.
Yeah.
6th of September. Developed by Gameloft. Currently in early access. This is true. It's going free after it's out of its early access.
Yeah, so you can pay for early access, which I think they're treating as like the beta run.
Right.
And then from early 2023, it will be going completely free to play.
Oh, from early 2023.
I think that's when it is, yeah.
Because normally these games are like, oh yeah, we're in beta or early access, whatever they want to call it, and they sit there for 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it for free via Game Pass. So yeah, so we brought you on because I've played this about 15 hours maybe now.
Okay.
So I've put a decent amount of time in. And you've put it on... Sorry, you've played it for, I'm going to guess, 30 hours at least.
Yeah, I still can't see that. My Switch won't let me see still. It just says first played 7 days ago. But I've kind of worked it out, and I think I've put about between 30 and 40 hours in at the moment.
Jesus. So yeah, so we got rid of Mark because, I mean, originally he said he had no interest in playing this. I think he's since changed his mind slightly. He will be doing a Let's Play of it with his girlfriend at the end of this week, probably to post next week. So that should be interesting. But we'll see how that goes because he's not the best at following instructions. But
No, it will be interesting.
yeah, so we needed someone to talk to about this because I'm a view-grabbing whore, and I thought if we talked about this, people might actually come watch our content. I think people are maybe a bit sick of hearing trophies by now. No, they love it, right? Surely.
Yeah, I think they love hearing about trophies. Who doesn't?
Every fucking week. So yeah, you're our Switch expert. I'm gonna dub you.
Yeah,
I think.
I'll take
and
that.
you're our Disney Dreamlight Valley expert. So just tell me where you're at with the game. Before you do, full spoilers, right?
Yeah.
If you haven't played it yet, quick impression, Sarah. What do you think? If you like, is it good?
I
Without
think
spoiling it.
I think it's really good. I think it has a lot of things that a lot of people were concerned that you might burn out on it because obviously Animal Crossing came out, everyone was trying to do everything. They achieved as much as they could. They burnt out on the game, and it's hard to get back into it now. Whereas this, because there's new quests and new stories for each character coming, I think that's really good because you know that they've got content lined up to come further down the line. I think that helps as well. And you get like you can chat and you can have interactions with the characters every day and you can like do your tasks and you can take them with you, and I just think it's a lot of fun, and it's that kind of calming game that you can just lose yourself in for hours.
Yeah, so you would recommend it?
I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, I think I would too. I have one or two issues with it, but they're
Yeah.
very minor. I mean, I am a Disney fan, but I'm not psycho Disney fan like some people on this podcast.
Yeah.
But even I'm really enjoying it. And the few minor issues I have, which will be a bit spoilery, so I'll hold off until we've done this section, is it really doesn't impact it for me. It's a fantastic game. I actually think it probably plays better on the Switch, I would imagine. I was just going to say, I'm enjoying it a lot on the Xbox. It's one of the beauties of Game Passes. I would have never bought this. I would have waited for it to be cheap.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, I mean, you did pay for it. How much was it?
I think I had it for $24.99.
$24.99.
But
So yeah, I probably
worth
wouldn't have
every
risked
penny.
that. Oh, for sure, I would agree now, but I think initially I probably wouldn't have risked it. So I think it is worth the $24.99. And I think this is probably better played on a Switch. It seems like a game very much built for Switch first. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. But yes, do buy. And this is your last chance to not be spoiled, because after this, we're just going to say shit. And
Yeah.
if you get it ruined for you, that's your own fault. So switch off now. Spoilers can come in 3, in 2, in 1. Fucking Scrooge McDuck can fuck off. No, he's great. Like, I'm not being mean about any Disney characters. They're all adorable, yeah, whatever. This motherfucker can fuck off.
Are you on about how he charges so much money for things? Because yes,
I thought Tom Nook was bad.
he's
Like,
got nothing on Scrooge.
Because like this game, it doesn't hold your hand too much. You see that in like the recipes and stuff. It doesn't always tell you what to do. It just says, make this food type. But with Scrooge, it doesn't really tell you the best way to make money, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I text you like not long after, it's being like, this motherfucker wants, was it $2,000 to upgrade Goofy's stall or just build Goofy's stall? Like, why am I supposed to make that money? And then when you upgrade some of your rooms in your house, 20 fucking grand.
Yeah.
To upgrade your house. This motherfucker. I know Tom Nook charged you a lot, but I felt like it was easier in Animal Crossing to get money than it is here.
I would disagree with that, you see.
Oh, really? In what
Yeah.
way?
Because I found, purely because before I went into this, I found a couple of people online that had codes before before this was released, so I got to watch them play it. And they were able to share some tips on things that would help make money. So I found it was actually quite easy to get the money from the get-go to start improving on things. And I found that I've not really struggled with money as such, because I can just go on, grind, get a bunch, and then upgrades. So I found it to be a little bit less of a barrier, but some of the costs on stuff, like the cost of Goofy's stall between each area, I'm just like, what?
It's ridiculous. And I know it's not a Scrooge thing, but the same goes for spending the shards to unlock areas.
Yes.
Fucking $7,000 for one I want to open currently.
Yeah, I think
Like,
I'm
what
trying
the
to
fuck?
open one that's 10. But
Is that the up to the snow mountain?
yes.
Yeah, I thought it was. Fucking hell. And it doesn't help that quests often, what is it called? The currency for opening that stuff. Sharkless Dream?
It's from the Dreamlight duties. So it's all the coins that you
Dream
have in that.
shards, whatever. You have to use those in quests quite frequently. So it's not even like you can like stockpile them, because at some point there'll be a quest that wants you to use like 3,000 or 4,000 of them. But in the game's credit, it's very generous on giving them if you're willing to put in a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of tasks to
No.
earn them. It's just whether you can be fucked or not.
And everything respawns pretty frequently. So, like, if you're fishing, the fish are always there. Um, and, you know, the mining, by the time you've done a lap of the island, the mining spots are back up and refreshed. Things like fruit and veg and flowers obviously take a little bit longer, but the other bits you can farm and repeat if you wanted.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
So let's start from the beginning. What is Disney Dreamlight Valley?
Ooh.
How would you describe it? You're a Switch expert. You love cozy games. You're the cozy
Yeah.
game queen.
That's what I
How
pride
would you
myself on
describe
trying to
it?
be. I would say that it's a good game because you've got different sections of the map that you're trying to work to unlock because this thing called the Forgetting's come and characters have spread out across realms or spread out across the island and you've got to try and find them and bring them all back to the Dreamlight Valley. And you know, you're finding pieces of puzzles as you go along to like decode what happened, how this occurred, and also like where's the ruler? Where's the person in charge of the valley and why aren't they here?
On that topic, could you be any more obvious video game?
I didn't click at first, if I'm honest.
Oh, of course you didn't.
Of course I didn't. I didn't click. And then I found out and I was like, oh yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah. But,
So, from a mechanics point, how would you describe it? What games is comparable?
I'm trying to think of games that I've played that I can kind of compare it to.
I mean, I think the obvious is Animal Crossing, right?
Yeah, that's the big one that everyone tends to say is, yeah, it's like Animal Crossing because you get your islanders, you build houses, you do quests, but it's so much more than that because there's always quests and always things you can do, and you can
Yeah,
always interact with the characters. Whereas on Animal Crossing, if you interact with an islander more than once in a day, they're going to get annoyed at you.
yeah. This game, look, it's clear this was made by a mobile developer. I think
Yeah.
they've done a fantastic job, but Gameloft is known for mobile games.
Okay.
And you can see that in the way you can keep coming back to characters and keep interacting, as you know they're always trying to find a way to keep you opening their app on the phone.
Yeah.
But no point is it clearer than the energy system, which I think is a waste, and it clearly shows they still have some of that design philosophy for working on mobile games. Because I mean, it's been a while since I've played any. I don't know about you, but you always get those mobile games where you do your whatever, fight bad guys, click coins, whatever, and your energy hits zero, and you either have to wait 2, 3, 4 hours for it to refill, or you have to buy energy packs, right?
Yeah.
That was a big thing in games. So the energy bar in Dreamlight Valley very much reminds me of that, but without that long wait, because you just walk home and it
Yeah.
refills instantly. So
Or
you
I
have an
keep a
energy.
stash of raspberries on me and I just eat through the raspberries.
Right, exactly. So there's an energy bar, and any action you do reduces it.
Yeah.
And you have two options. You can either eat some food and it will replenish almost instantly, or you can walk to your home and it will replenish instantly. And neither of those are hard to do, right? There's food everywhere.
Yeah.
It takes seconds to eat it, and even at like some of the furthest points of the map, you're actually not that far from home, especially with the fast travel.
Yeah.
So what's the point of the energy bar for me? That's like my biggest criticism.
Yeah.
You're annoying me by making me, all right, only takes 2 seconds, but you're making me go home for an instant refill. So at that point, what's the point? What's the challenge? What's the draw there? That feels like such a mobile game thing of having your energy go down and you having to replenish it somehow.
Yeah, the only good thing about that, I think, is when I am low on energy and I have got no food on me, for example, and I can go home, refill my energy, and I can like drop stuff off in my storage. That's a benefit that I find. But even then, I'm just like, okay, here we are.
Yeah, and the storage system is very mobile game-esque as well. Of you've got limited space, you're going to have to expand constantly, which I refuse to do. I just drop shit on the floor, and try and remember it's there. I was doing a quest the other day, and I needed the iron ore to make iron ingots or ignits or whatever it's called. And I was waiting for everything to replenish, and I was like, oh shit, I have a pile of 10 of them stuck in a corner somewhere where I just dropped it one day and completely forgot about it. So the game's a little forgiving. So I think those are my only two issues, that it just feels a little mobile gamey at points.
But then the storage
and it crashed
system,
on me.
Yeah, so that's the problem with the Switch. And that's one that they're actually they are updating and making patches quite regularly. There is one coming out this week when we're recording it that will benefit Switch users because it's going to minimize the amount it just crashes on us. Because I think I've had 3 or 4 now.
Wow.
But it's fine now that I've learned to like save more regularly, because it auto saves like every 5 minutes, I think. But I make more of an effort to actually manually save, which, as someone that's never been good at that, it's been a challenge.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I've only had once, and I guess it was less of a crash, actually. I tried to talk to Goofy, and he came up to talk to me, and then the UI never popped up for the conversation. So I was stuck in the conversation with no UI. So I couldn't exit or anything, and I couldn't open the menus. But aside from that, it's been not too bad on the Xbox One version. I know they are releasing a lot of patches. I think they gave us a gift maybe at one point for a patch, I think.
Yeah, they did at the very beginning, and it had the Chocodile in.
Oh, what a beautiful little pet.
He's very cute.
He's very cute. And I sometimes forget I have him out.
Yeah.
And I just see this adorable little monster running towards me. It's very cute. So to take a step back, so we're very excited to talk about this.
Yeah.
It's Disney Dreamlight Valley, out now if you're willing to pay for it. Otherwise, wait till 2023. PC, Steam. Yeah, PC and Steam. I don't know if it's on Epic. Switch, PlayStation, both 4 and 5, I believe. And I think all Xbox versions.
Yeah.
It is going to be criticised for being an Animal Crossing knockoff. And I don't think the game tries to hide from the fact it's taken a lot of inspiration from that.
No.
So as you said earlier, you're a normal person that ends up in this Dreamlight Valley. There's been this darkness or this mist called the Forgetting, and the leader has disappeared and everyone doesn't remember anything and they've been separated. And you're brought on to basically bring this valley back to what it was, back to its glory days, and to recruit all the characters that have gone missing.
Yeah.
And you do that by completing various tasks. And we have fishing, we have gardening, we have mining, we have cooking. So you start to see where some of this Animal Crossing inspiration comes from. You build houses for your characters. You can customize your own house. You can customize your own clothes. There's a shop. You start to get the idea where all this inspirations come from. And then you go to what they're calling realms. And I think this is my final issue with the game.
Okay.
So in these realms is where you're recruiting these other characters. You need to do certain tasks for them and bring them back to the Dreamlight Valley. The first 3 are Wally. They are Maui and Moana, and they're Remy. I think that's the order we did it in, actually, right? You can do it in any order.
Yeah, I think that's the order I definitely went in.
Yeah, that's definitely the order I went in. I thought the realms would be a bit bigger and a bit more to do. Remy's was great, actually.
Yeah, that was very interactive. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. I did try and cheat and try and take all those ingredients out of his realm.
So did I, and I think there was a quest that I had to do for Maui. I think once I'd got him to the valley, where you had to make him a 5-star meal, but I had nothing. So I tried making him a 5-star meal in Remy's world and bringing it back, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I did the exact same. Because as soon as I got there, I already had like a couple of cooking tasks, I think, when I got to Remy's restaurant. And I immediately dropped my entire inventory and just stacked up on his food. And then I left the realm, and then when I opened my inventory in my house, it was empty. I was never so heartbroken as that moment.
Yeah.
But the realms are small.
They are.
In particular, Wally's. They're a very small area. I mean, the rest of the game does make up for it. The valley map is huge.
Yeah, it is. And I'm still trying to unlock it all.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 40 odd hours in and I'm 15 odd hours in, so how many segments? You've got the main valley, so the plaza and the valley.
Yeah.
You've got the beach. You've got the
You got the
the
forest.
got the forest. You've then got the upper part where you find Donald and the frozen dude. Or was that the forest?
That's the forest.
What's the lower right one?
That's part of the beach. Oh
No, the
no.
dark area.
Oh, that's the Glade of
Valley of
Trust.
some Glade of
Glade of
Trust.
Trust.
You've got the snow mountains, which
Which
we
are,
haven't got to yet.
no. Then you've got the Forbidden Lands, which is
Right, the
like,
Seven Grands.
which is the Lion King, like elephant graveyard type vibe area.
Oh Jesus.
And then you've got another area behind that that I've also not unlocked yet.
Okay, so 40 hours in a 25 quid game, you've still got a fair bit to do. So yeah, so there's lots to go on in the map and in the open world. But yeah, I just thought the realms would be a little bit bigger. It would be
Yeah.
nice to explore more than just what is essentially the size of your kind of bottom floor, well, the only floor of your house if you upgrade it fully. I thought it'd be a bit bigger and a bit more to do
Yeah.
because once you've recruited them, except for Maui, you don't get prompted to go back, right?
Um,
I
I
haven't
have
been back for
actually.
Wally.
I've not
Okay,
been back for Wally, and I've not,
yeah,
but I've been back for. I think I had to do a quest for Maui, and I had to go back, and
yeah,
I
that's
had
the only
to.
one I've done.
I did a quest for Remy, I think, where I had to go back as well.
Oh, really? I'm not sure if I've done that one, or if I have, I've
Yeah.
forgotten. But yeah, it doesn't use it very well, which is
No,
unfortunate.
but I'm
Um,
interested. So I've just unlocked, and that's what I'm about to get to in the game is I've just unlocked a new realm that I can go in and explore. So I need to go do that. Um, I I want to say it's potentially a Frozen-esque one,
okay.
but I haven't got into it yet. But I'm interested to see, the size of that, see how it's used and things. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Is I wonder if they'll build on that within time because we watched the Disney event,
Yeah.
what would be a couple of days ago for us, probably a week or so now, when this goes live, and the Toy Story world looked like it had a little bit of meat to it.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested in what characters exactly they're going to bring over from that to
I'll
the
hold that
game.
thought because I want to
Oh,
ask you later what worlds you want to see. So have a little
oh,
think about that.
okay.
So talk to me about the character system in the game. The people, the characters, not though both that you bring back, but the ones that are already there. How does that work? What can you do with them?
So I really like it because you bring these characters in, you get them up to a friendship level of 2, and then you can have them assist you with things. So basically, you can have daily conversations with them. They'll ask you questions about yourself, or you'll ask them questions. That'll boost your friendship level with them. And you're trying to build this friendship level, and you get more quests once you get to certain levels and things, and that's how that works. You can also gift them things every day. So you can give them random things, oh, in my inventory, I've got this stick, and I think Wally would really like it. Or they've got three, yeah, three like extra gifts that they like, and it's like their three favorite things. And if you give them that, it gives them a bigger friendship boost.
Wait,
Um,
where did you see this? Sorry.
this is on the game. When you speak to a character, say I got to Mickey Mouse and speak to him,
Yeah,
you can have your daily conversation with him.
yeah. I know how to give gifts, but
Yeah,
you
and you
said
can give
something
gifts.
about their favourite ones. Is there a way to
Yeah,
tell that?
so when you click on
What?
the give a gift
Yeah.
at the bottom, or like just under where it opens on mine, I think it shows like three icons usually. So like it could be a gem, a flower, and a food item, maybe. Could be anything. But those three gifts, if you give them any of those, then you get more friendship points for it.
I've missed this. I've completely not noticed.
Have you?
Yeah, no idea. I've just been
No.
giving random stuff. I'll tell you a quick story before you finish off talking about
Yeah.
characters. I've gone down a bit of a dark path, as one does with in my brain.
Okay.
And I know this is supposed to be a cozy, wholesome game. And it's about
Yes.
friendship and stuff. But here's the thing. As you know, I might be about to fucking get FBI raided for this. Ariel's kind of hot. I'm just putting it out there. Not in this game specifically, but in general. When she's over 18, I should clarify. When
Thanks for
she's
your
over 18, I'm
clarification.
allowed to say it. You know, she's got bunda under that tail. Let's just be honest. We know she has, and she's got a cracking pair of coconuts or seashells. Anyway, we all know what Disney princess I now want to fuck. Point
Yeah.
is, she won't get out the bloody water.
No.
Now, I understand she's a mermaid, but I would like to marry her. Platonically, Disney, safe, friendly way, Disney, don't sue me, whatever. But she won't get out the water.
Yeah.
So I've taken to feeding her fish, her own people, so to speak, until she realises I'm her one true love. And then the fish feeding will stop, of course. But until then, I'm going to keep feeding her fish. And I just want to let you know the game has no problem with that.
Okay.
Continue.
Good to know.
I might have to cut that.
I mean, each to
I'm
their
leaving
own.
that in. I'm leaving that in. Again, this is all consensual legal age I'm talking.
Yes.
Basically redheads is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, on
Are
that
you glad
note,
you agreed to do this now?
I'm so glad I agreed to do this. If this is the kind of top quality content we are making.
Are you telling me when Scrooge McDuck waddles past you with that little ass, you ain't looking?
No, I'm not, if I'm honest.
What about Kristoff?
Oh,
Right, so suddenly it's
yeah.
not so weird now, is it?
No. But these are fictional characters and they are
Of course.
animated.
Fictional and of legal age. Then
Yeah.
that's what we're saying is fine. If this is my last episode, it was worth getting cancelled for.
If this is my only episode.
Well, you're not embracing my weird fantasy for a redhead, so it probably will be your only episode.
I've got so many games I could have spoken about and now the world
Yeah.
will never know.
I should have got on board with my weird fantasies. Before you continue about characters, one more off topic. What's up
Okay.
with Maui? That motherfucker is huge and I can never find him. Never. He's always hiding somewhere.
I can only ever find him. Like, I'm walking around looking for people. I'm like, where are you? And then Maui's there, and I'm like, oh, hi, Maui. Thanks for coming.
See, complete opposite. Never find him. And then last night I discovered you can see them on the map.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, didn't know that. Now
It's
I
a
feel
game
like an idiot.
changer.
Yeah. Anyway, so you can give people gifts.
Yeah. And you can take them with you while you do activities. So once they've
Right.
reached level 2, you can select what you'd like them to like help you with. So, for example, Goofy, I've got set to help me with fishing. So I get like they can find extra fish for you when you go fishing and things. They find extra produce when they help you. You set this up for each character once you hit level 2. And it's actually, like I say, it's really beneficial to make sure that whenever you're playing the game, you've always got someone coming around with you. So I've always got someone following me around
Is that to
because,
fight the ever-increasing loneliness?
I mean, it's an added benefit, but
Because I feel that pain.
no, because also, even if you're doing tasks, so let's say Wally's great at foraging for me, that's his main thing. But if I take him around with me, even when I'm doing mining or fishing, he still gets some XP from it. So he will still level up slowly in friendship points. So it's always worth having people, if you're trying to get them to certain levels for tasks or like to get more quests, it's always worth taking them around with you while you do it. So I'll do a once over of the island doing everything with one character. I'll do the same again about 4 or 5 times with different characters then, because they get points and I'm happy.
So is there a way to check which character you've assigned to what? Because I've forgotten half of mine.
So the only way that I figured out how to do that is when you talk to them and it goes, do you want to hang out is the phrasing of it. Next to that, it's got a little icon and it will either be like a fish or a shovel for digging or like rocks for mining, and it's that kind of thing.
You're really way more observant than I am.
I've spent a lot of time on this game.
You are, like, our chat recently has been exclusively me asking you questions.
And me telling you about the game, answering questions, and telling you about the people that I'm playing the game while I also play the game.
Yeah, tell me about how obsessed you are.
Some could say I'm pretty obsessed. I mean, anyone that knows me knows that, I mean, I don't have a lot of personality traits. I've got three main ones. Um, Disney, cozy games, depression. That's pretty much
Just
me in a
those three.
nutshell. Just those three. So basically, this game has taken two of those things and combined it together, and I could not be happier. It's
Yeah.
literally, it's so much fun, and I've just spent hours in there, not even talking to the characters, just walking around and mining, doing things like that, fishing. I love it.
It does have a very strong gameplay loop of there's always something to do. I found sometimes with games like these, you're like, well, I can't do anything until I've done this, and I can't do anything
Yeah,
until I've done that. So really, I'm stuck on one quest line. Where this, I found like, sure, there's instances where you might need to do something before you can
yeah,
progress, but there's always several other quest lines you can jump into if you're getting a bit bored of what you're
yeah.
currently doing.
And I like the fact that you can go into the quest section and you can actually see what you need to achieve to unlock quest lines for the characters.
Mm.
So, like, I can go on to Maui, see, I need Maui level 8. I also need to unlock this biome. And also, I need to help this character a little more before they'll let me do anything.
Mm.
And that's quite nice because then I'm like, okay, well, I know what I'm working towards now.
Yeah, it's we said earlier, it doesn't hold your hand, but it certainly doesn't drop you in the deep end either.
No, it's
Um,
really good.
yeah, and I think the once you told me how to actually make money, it's actually not that hard.
No, because that's the thing. My thing is, when I first started, all I did for like the first night was fish. Fish,
Mm.
sell them to Goofy. Fish, sell them to Goofy. And even now, I mean, I'm learning to keep a stock of the gems from when I mine because I was in a really big habit of just selling them. And then, you need 6 emerald, and I'm struggling to get them at times. So now I've learned to keep a stock of gems in my inventory, but sell everything. Pick up the flowers and sell them. Like, I also like doing the rounds on the fruit. So things like the berry bushes and the apple trees refill really quickly. I
Mm.
like selling those. I don't sell the mushrooms anymore though, because I had a quest where I needed like a bunch and they spawn at a slower rate than everything else, and that was a bit of a nightmare. But it's all good.
You've also got like Wally will have his garden, and that will produce
Yes.
flower. Is it just flower? No, it's fruit. Sorry,
No.
fruit and veg.
Yeah,
Produces fruit and veg X amount of time, which you can harvest for free, and Moana can go out and catch fish. Is
I've
there
got
more?
the boat upgraded. There might be more, but we've not got there yet. I've
Well, you're
actually
further than me.
I've actually just opened so Kristoff from Frozen, who we find in the valley.
Hmm.
Um I've actually just helped him and he's going to be selling, I think, softwood, stone, and maybe something else.
Right, so there's probably more than that then, further down.
Yeah, so I think we'll find there are other cases of things being sold. And I know that you can buy stuff in like Remy's, if you go into Remy's restaurant,
Of course,
you
yes,
can buy
sorry.
the stuff there, which is good.
Mm.
Because I wasn't sure when I first saw recipes needed milk, I wasn't sure if they were going to give us cows and make us milk them. But
I think that'd be too far.
I feel like it is because they didn't give us that. But I can
Yeah,
live with that.
there's no doggos about either, which must upset you.
It does, but you can feed the wildlife,
Yes.
which they've all got their own favourite foods. I haven't quite figured it out yet, though, whose is what.
Oh, so it doesn't have a bar at the bottom like the characters do then?
No, I don't think it does. They just either eat the food
Hmm.
or they look at the food and go away.
Oh, yeah, that's another bug I've had. Sometimes I just can't interact with them.
Uh, Sometimes they won't let you.
Oh,
That's not a
okay.
bug. I just sometimes they let you approach them, sometimes they don't. So
Mm.
it all just depends.
It feels weird you educating me like this.
I know, me
All
being
this,
knowledgeable on video games.
I know. All the entire time I've known you, you've certainly liked video games, but not as necessarily much as me. Your speciality is certainly Switch out of
Yeah.
everything. But normally, yeah, you're like, oh, I can't do this. Can you give me some tips? And now I'm just completely at your mercy.
You are, and
You
I
like
like
the
to think
power.
I'm helpful.
You are. You're very helpful. You're
So
here
yeah,
talking about it, aren't you?
I am. Yes, I literally. I also just follow a bunch of people online
Hmm.
that are also currently obsessed with this game and are talking about it themselves, which is really nice because it's kind of brought out this community. And it's
Hmm.
people that you wouldn't have necessarily spoken with about stuff before, but suddenly they're like, "Oh my gosh, what?" And it's like I've made a few new friends on Twitter through it, and it's been really great. So
Hmm.
it's a good game
Do
for
you
this.
do you think it's got legs?
I think it has.
Why?
I really could see this game doing well. Obviously, we've got the world so far, and
Hmm.
we've got these realms, and if you explore inside the castle, there's so many doors in there that you're going to be able to open eventually, which means that new characters and things. But then I could see it easily being like, okay, well, we've got a ton of people on this realm, but we still want to do more. Either expand the valley or stick a few people on a boat and go somewhere else and help them with their problem. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it on Steam,
Yeah,
and it's so 1,145 reviews for an overall of positive. I believe it said 9 out of 10 somewhere on Google as well.
yeah,
I think IGN gave it a good score. I don't know if there's a Metacritic score, but it seems to be hitting with people.
yeah.
See if I can find a Metacritic score.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I've had seen is the people complaining about bugs and how the bugs are impacting, but then they're resolving the bugs as quickly as they can.
Yeah, I mean, Gaz Gameloft's been around for fucking ever, so
Yeah,
they, I might not be a mobile gamer, but they've certainly stuck around, and I think they've done that by being very supportive of their games post launch.
yeah,
And it's very telling, actually. This launched no Metacritic yet. This launched on Tuesday, the blah blah, whatever I said, the 6th.
yeah,
And then a week later at the Disney event, we're discussing 2 post-launch contents. Well, sorry,
yeah.
they didn't talk about Lion King. They talked about
No.
Toy Story, but we already knew Lion King was coming this year as well. So a week after launch, and we already know 2 big pieces that's going to come in the next few weeks or months.
So I think the fact that they've announced new content plans already bodes really well for the game. Because obviously they've just at the event, as we said, they've announced Toy Story content, which I'm very excited for. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with that. Um, but I think we knew the Lion King stuff was rumored to be happening or coming because it makes sense because you've got the whole section of the island that's kind of Lion King-esque with the elephant graveyard and that, so it makes sense that they're going to bring that into the game. Um,
Right.
and I think there's room for so much more content because when you go into the castle, you've got all these doors that you can't necessarily go into yet because you can't unlock the realms. And I think once you get into those, you know, you've got so many Disney films you can bring in. It's
That's
crazy.
the thing, right? They've got characters for years.
Yeah, because we've got what is it? Is it 68 Disney films?
You would know.
I don't know. It's a lot of like animated Disney films. That number is probably way off, so apologies to everyone on the internet. Um,
Everyone, all 10 people right now are
yeah,
shouting at
I'm
you.
so grateful for you all for yelling at me because I can't remember how many animated Disney films there are. I'm okay with that.
Honestly, I regret bringing you on.
I know, what a shame.
I thought I had an expert today.
That's your mistake, thinking I'm an expert. But no, you've got so many, and I think there's hints of other games being brought in throughout as well. So, what am I thinking? Like, at the minute, the Battle Pass. Let's talk about their Battle Pass option. I can't think of what it's called in the game, but it's very clearly that.
It's a battle
It's a
pass,
Battle
yeah.
Pass. Um, but they're obviously doing all Pixar stuff at the moment. So I've seen stuff for like The Incredibles and Coco. and all of that stuff, which I think will be really cool to bring in and see in the world. There are some worlds that might be, or like characters that might be harder to do. Like, I don't know how they do Finding Nemo, if I'm honest. But
Well,
I'd
they
be
did it with Little Mermaid, another aquatic-only house.
true. So I'm interested to see. I do think though that we'll be seeing regular content updates from them for the game, and I think we'll constantly see new things being added and new new characters and maybe even new parts of the map. You never know.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of places that could take it. And on the loading image at the start, the splash screen, there's Cinderella and Stitch, which, as far as I'm aware, is not in the game currently.
I think I've seen somewhere people talking about that Stitch is coming next year at some point, which
Is your priority?
I'm very excited for. I think that would be a lot of fun. So, who knows?
When's Winnie the Pooh coming?
Isn't that the question? When is he coming?
Could you imagine that beautiful fat yellow bastard wandering around your village?
I would have the best time. I think I'd cry every time he like walked up to me.
Well, he's like having a sad day.
Then I'd just want to hug him.
There is no hugging in the game.
They need to bring in hugging just so I can hug Winnie the Pooh. Like,
If
look
if
at
anyone's
his cute yellow face.
if anyone from Gameloft is watching, this brand new podcast that no one's heard of,
Yeah.
if credit us and make a hugging mechanic.
Just like this. Just like I'm hugging him at the moment. That's all I need.
Yeah, just need Winnie the Pooh.
It would improve my quality of life greatly.
The serotonin levels would be through the roof.
Through the roof.
So then on that topic, who else do you want to see? Give me a top 5 characters you want to see.
That's tricky, you know.
So Winnie the Pooh and Stitch. So that's 2 down.
Yeah. I would love to see them incorporate Big Hero 6 because that is one of my favourite films.
And just before you continue that, if Mark, you're watching this, you look right in the camera. Sarah
Big
Louise, do it
Hero
with me.
6
6
is
is a superhero film. It 100% is. Thank you. Continue. So Big Hero 6.
I'd love to see Baymax in the world. Especially as we recently had on disneyplus, there was the short series called Baymax, and it was literally him in the world doing things, and it was truly wholesome, and I could just picture him doing that in the Dreamlight Valley. So
have you watched the I haven't watched it yet, the I Am Groot shorts while we're on this topic of cute little shorts? I feel like that's up your street.
I'll add it to my list.
Okay, so Big Hero 6.
What else would I really like to see?
I've just had to text my boss being like, I don't feel good, I might work from home tomorrow. I'm having a day.
I respect that. It's called self-care. We're all about
Shout out,
self-care
best boss,
here.
yeah, best boss ever.
Yeah. I think they could do really interesting things, right? With Inside Out.
Oh, hit me. Tell me about Inside Out. I'm loosey-goosey. Let's do this.
I think obviously you wouldn't bring in everyone, but I think if you brought in like joy and sadness, I think you could have really cool mechanics seeing them interact with the world. And I think, like how you have to sometimes do things like water flowers. Don't know if you've come across that random flowers in the wild that you're like, why are you dry when all the rest are wet?
Yes. There's a joke there somewhere.
There is. I can't find it, but do what you will, listeners. No, but like, what if sadness interacts with a flower and then obviously it wilts and starts dying and then you have to water it? They could do really cool little things like that would just add to the game, I think. And it'd be a lot of fun.
Go on. This is where the interesting thing, I think, comes in, is because we see this with Fortnite and various other games as well. As a film or a TV show comes out, the video game gets some content for it, right? Cobra Kai's new season's out, and guess what characters are back in the Fortnite store? Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And we see that with loads of games, and I think it would be a miss if this game doesn't try and do that.
Yeah.
So, actually, it would be interesting. While you think of your fifth character, I'm going to look up upcoming Disney films and see if maybe we can predict some of these upcoming
But
characters.
upcoming animated films, because I don't know. I don't think they'd put. I don't think they'd put in any like take live action characters and put them into animated. I think it would just be solely based on their animated category.
Agreed.
So I mean, you won't see like Black Widow running around anytime soon.
I mean, you say that, but Disney Infinity did it once upon a time.
That is true.
Right, hit me with your fifth, and then we'll go through some of these.
Oh, I think for the fifth, and I'm gonna have to say this just because my sister would kill me if I didn't root for it. Lightning McQueen.
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow. Purely because my sister is obsessed, and I think that'd be a lot of fun to just have this car driving around the valley.
A racing one would be pretty cool.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine just Lightning
That would be
McQueen
cool.
trundling across the beach?
It would be, it'd be unique.
It would be, but I'd be here for it.
So, upcoming Disney films.
Okay.
Avatar's a no, I think. I know you love Avatar.
I do.
Don't give me the look you probably gave me. But I don't think we see Avatar.
No.
And it's out in December, and we already have our next 2 packs for the rest of the year confirmed.
Yeah, I
so
don't
that
think-
wouldn't make sense. Early 2023, live action Peter Pan, but that doesn't mean we can't get animated Peter Pan.
That'd be
to
a
help
really
promote
nice
the
little
film.
tie-in, actually.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, no. The Haunted Mansion, I don't think there's really any iconic characters there.
No, and I mean, while it's going to be, I'm very excited to see what they do with the movie. I don't think you can really transpose it into the game.
No. Though if they're willing to put Eddie Murphy in, just as Eddie Murphy, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, no, I think they keep Marvel away from this.
Yeah. I think Marvel Star Wars won't be brought in.
No, I agree. The Little Mermaid, so we already have the definitely over 18 Ariel.
Yeah. And we've got
Dear, what the fuck?
Ursula.
Yes. So I don't think we see that, but maybe we see a battle pass.
Maybe.
A themed one. So then we have Elemental, which follows Ember and Wade in a city where fire, water, land, and air residents live together.
I've seen
that
this.
could be a good
I
one.
think that would be really cool.
And that's not until June, so we don't know anything really past 2022.
No. So that'd be a lot of fun, actually.
Indiana Jones, no. The Marvels, no. Blade, no. Wish. Is Wish animated? Princess Asha and her goat Valentino from the Kingdom of
I think that
Roses.
is. I don't think I know a lot about it, but I'm pretty sure that's the new animated one.
It must be, because they go through an epic adventure among the stars
Yeah.
through various worlds. Yeah. So maybe, I mean, we don't really know the characters there. Star Wars, no.
No.
Elio, Pixar animation, maybe. Snow White.
Yeah.
Snow White could come.
I think if we're going to say this, we're probably going to see a lot of the classic princesses eventually appear in game. So I think we're going to see like
You've got to imagine
Cinderella.
that's a priority.
Beauty and the Beast. I imagine we'll see something for that. I'd be shocked if we didn't, I think. I'd like to see Rapunzel make an appearance.
Oh, please, yes, with Zachary Levi's character. I forgot Hans. Is it Hans?
No, that's from Frozen.
Oh,
You're
whatever.
thinking of
What's his
Flynn
name?
Rider.
I was close with Hans.
Sure. I'll give it to you.
Thank you, I needed that.
Yeah. Just the little wins.
Just the little wins. I would love to see that. That is one downside of this game. There's no real voice. There's no voice acting.
No.
So I play the game almost exclusively with headphones in, listening to my own thing, which is mainly the Grease Lightning soundtrack these days. In particular, Grease 2. Reproduction, man. We went down this conversation the other day. If anyone's watching this, Reproduction, go back and listen to it.
Go back and watch
It's on the-
find the music video or like the video for it, which is the clip from the film on YouTube as well. Because it's just wild.
Which one's the song where the chick's like she's pretending to be a nurse and he's pretending to be a soldier in the bunker? What's that? What song is
I
that?
don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen Grease
Grease
too.
2. But anyway, go back and listen to Reproduction because it's on the level of Blurred Lines
Yeah.
in terms of just completely inappropriate.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But boy, is it catchy.
Yeah.
And then you've got, not long after that, you've got Cool Rider, right? Cool Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a song. Sorry. This is just how my brain works these days.
It's fascinating.
Especially when I'm tired. Well, I bring it up because I was listening to a Disney specific playlist while playing this game.
Yes.
Because, not much in the sense of music. They do have tones of some of those classic theme songs, which is nice.
I love that.
But for the most part, there's nothing to hear. So I played Disney music. And then I ended up listening to Grease, and now we're talking about Grease. What can you do?
Have you heard? I don't know if you've heard this, but when you're walking around the village, you sometimes hear Wally, and he's like chirping. You know the song from the thing? Put on your Sunday clothes or Sunday shoes, whatever it is. He's chirping that, and every time I'm just like, oh my god, this is too cute.
Yeah. Did you get the Monsters Inc. cuddly toy, the picture I sent you off?
I didn't, because did you get that from your shop?
Yeah, I swear that fucker's making weird sounds. Something in my house is making sounds in Disney, to be clear, not my actual house. It's making weird sounds and it's horrifying.
I don't know, because I think I've seen people discussing this online, that different people's shops have different things. Because someone was saying about a fireplace they had, and everyone was like, oh my god, I want that because it's like spooky for Halloween. And other people like, we haven't got that in our shop. And I was like, I didn't have that in my shop. So
it should be worth mentioning the level of customization in this game is ridiculous.
I love it. I want to go around and make my island really pretty, but I just haven't done that yet. But I plan to.
It's too much effort.
I plan to.
I only care about my house.
Yeah, my house. My house.
Do you get an upstairs at any point?
Yeah, I think you do.
Because I've got on the outside, I'm a 2-story house now. On the inside, though, I'm not.
I have no clue.
Again, expert, Sarah Louise.
I mean, I haven't. I've only just invested the coins to get the upstairs on the exterior, because I've been investing my coins everywhere else.
You put in other characters before you.
Yeah, selfless like that. Real leader of the valley.
Real hero you are, deep down.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a hero.
These animated pixel characters will thank you.
They will.
Winnie the Pooh's thanking you. He's giving you a wave.
He is. You
can't see it on my end, but he gave you a wave on my end.
Mine's waving back as well. To you or me, I don't know.
Just waving.
Yeah.
So, which question do I want to ask first? I think I've got 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
And the second one, or one of them, is top tips for people starting the game to get money quickly or to get to a decent place quickly. So you can either have that question first.
I mean, I might as well now that you've said it.
Oh, well, sorry, guys. I'm no longer in charge of this podcast. Sarah Louise, take it away. Ask yourself the question and answer, and I'll just sit here.
Well, Sarah Louise, what top tips would you give to people just starting out on the game? Well, you know what? As soon as you can go fishing, go fishing. And do nothing else but fish and sell your fish to Goofy. Because then you'll make a bunch of money that you can then use to do things like upgrade and that. Also, clear the night thorns, because you'll get things. And also, so you can get to new areas quicker and get more stuff, which will give you more money. Do the the Dreamlight dailies.
Definitely.
I am now obsessed.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your podcast.
No, it's okay. Thank you for interrupting. I'm glad you're here. But no.
As a guest.
Yeah. But no, doing those. And also, this is one that I didn't do, but I've seen a lot of people online suggesting, is don't invest your Dreamlight into opening the doors for the realms first. Try and open up as much of the map as you can. Because you get more characters from opening up the map anyways. But by doing that, you can have more space, you can get more resources, and then start bringing the characters from the other realms. Is what I've seen people saying online is quite good in terms of use of the Dreamlight. But no, sell anything. So when you start, sell your rock, your fish, plants, yeah,
Your soul,
anything I can sell, I was selling.
including your soul,
Yeah,
to Disney.
my soul is well and truly gone to Disney.
They know we're talking about them because I've just got an ad on IMDb for 75% off Disney Plus.
Nice.
They know. They're always
They
listening.
are. They're aware.
No, that's a good set of tips, I think. I don't think I disagree with them. I particularly agree with don't waste your opening the other
Yeah.
two doors, sorry, because that was my mistake. I got Wally and I was like, well, I need the next.
Yeah.
So I went and did Moana and then Remy. I had to psych myself up to get Remy because, we had a mouse problem when we used to live together.
We
I couldn't.
did.
It took me a while to get up to getting Remy. But my point is, like you just said, if you spend your Dreamlight shards, whatever they want to call themselves, there, you can only get Maui, Moana, Remy, right?
Yeah.
And then when you get to quests where you need like emeralds, we had this big discussion the other day. I needed emeralds badly, and I only could get it in 2 places, and I had only opened one of them, and I had no money because I went down the Maui, Moana, Remy route.
Yeah.
Whereas if I had gone down opening up the map, I would have had better resources, could have sold more, but I'd have also probably had access just to as many new characters, if not more.
Yeah. But also on that topic, if you're concerned about getting the Dreamlight, keep an eye on the Dreamlight bar. Check all the tasks that you can do there and crack them out. A lot of them are easy. Like I think I got one today that was like harvest 250 blueberries. Okay, cool. Really
Okay.
random. But also there's the Dreamlight dailies board. Once you complete it, it refreshes with a new one, and they're usually really easy tasks that you can do, and it gives you really quick, easy Dreamlight. Um, I would also recommend to people, and I don't know if you've been doing this, but if you go into Remy's restaurant, you'll often find characters sitting in there wanting meals, and it will tell you what meals they want. If you cook those meals and then serve it to them, it boosts up your friendship points with them by a decent amount, and it's really worth it.
I'm unfortunately ashamed to admit it took me a while to realise there's a whole different option underneath that says feed requested dish or whatever it
Yeah.
says. I thought I had to gift it to them. I spent a long time gifting them food, not understanding why it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, it doesn't always give you the most clear
No,
instructions.
but once you kind of figure it out, it's easy enough to get into the swing of things.
Agreed. So, second to last question, I've decided to add one more.
Okay.
We talk about, or I mean, me and you do, but I mean, the industry certainly are talking more and more about this idea of cozy games, right?
Yes.
Is it called the Cozy Game Direct?
Wholesome Direct.
Wholesome. So we talk about these cozy games, wholesome games. Tell me what that is, and tell me if this is one of them.
Cozy games. I think cozy games mean different things to different people, but I think, like, for the most part, they're games that they don't have like violence. They're not really, they're not set in like the kind of main real world. They're in this whole other world where you can go and escape and you can talk with animals or different people, and you can do nice simple things. You can just run around. So some good examples of cozy games: Animal Crossing, Cozy Grove. That's another really good one.
Oh, yeah. It's in the name.
Stardew Valley. That comes under cozy game because it's farming. It's really chilled out and that. And I would say that Disney Dreamlight Valley is a cozy game because you can just sit there, wrap up with a blanket. It's not challenging. Like, you don't have to think about, oh my gosh, I've got to point and shoot at things, which I'm really bad at. So the fact that cozy games don't do that is really good for me. And also, I don't have to think about running and moving the camera at the same time all too much either, because I'm also really bad at that. But
yeah, it's not your camera is your worst
it's
enemy.
motion sickness levels sometimes. But no, I'd say this game is because it's the kind of game you can just lose yourself in. You can put on some chilled music in the background and just kind of zone out. And yes, there's the quests to do. Yes, you've got to achieve things. But you can kind of really play at your own pace. If you wake up one day and go, all I want to do is fish today, all you have to do is fish. Like, you don't have to do the quests if you don't want to. If you just want to spend the day cooking in the kitchen, getting ingredients, cooking in the kitchen, selling them, you can do that. And I think that's really fun. And it's so wholesome because you've got these animated characters, and they just want to be your friend. They just want to bring the valley back to life, and it's kind of a good feeling story at heart.
Yeah, there's no. He's described that rather cutely, to be honest. You sounded so sincere. You're just like, it's just they don't want anything from you. They just want to be your friends.
Yeah.
There's no pressure in that game at all to do anything. All right, last question.
Okay.
Game of the year, yes, no. For you personally, I'm not going to lie. It's not going to win it from most people.
No. I mean, I've never been one to back what probably will be the game of the year. I mean,
Bugsnax. Bugsnax deserved more love at the awards than it got.
Bugsnax did, and I fully agree with that. I think this could be game of the year for me, but we've got a lot of releases that I'm looking forward to. So,
you've got Ooblets, right?
I've got Ooblets that I still need to play, but I haven't played because I've been sinking so many hours into this. And I'm thinking I'm going to give it a shot this week because I've seen people playing it online, and it is that cozy, heartwarming little game. But you've got a load of other ones coming out. You've got, I think on the 15th of September is Bear and Breakfast.
I was literally about to bring that up.
Which, very excited for. But there's a bunch more games coming out towards the latter end of the year. But I think at the moment, based on everything I've played up to this point, yes, absolutely. Game of the year for me, hands down. And I think if they release the content, they fix these bugs and I continue to enjoy it, I think it'd be really hard pressed for something else to steal that title.
Oh. You're very passionate about this. I like that. As I said, I'm really into it as well. But I kind of wanted to shut up a little bit and let you do the talking because no one needs to hear my voice all the time. But you're definitely more into this than I am.
Yeah.
But thank you for replacing Mark today.
All right. Thank you for having me.
You have softer tones in my ears than he does.
That's good. That's what I'm here for.
It's the weirdest compliment I've given today.
Yeah. Weirdest compliment I think I've received.
Oh, he's all like, oh, I'm Mark, Assassin's Creed. I don't remember anything. I take 10 attempts to do an intro.
That sounds like Mark.
It does sound like Mark, doesn't it? Anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
I don't think so. Just thank you for having me. I've had a great time. So has this fat yellow bastard.
Yeah, whoever actually bothers to watch this episode, right in my corner, there's a little pupper as well. He's an adorable little fucker. And then you've got a pupper, as the cool kids call him.
I started out with a little one and then decided, no, we needed the big deformed one in. And then he's just been chilling, but his head's half tilted back, his nose is scrunched up, and you can only see one eye.
And on that horrific note, thanks for anyone that did watch this. I appreciate your time, Sarah. Thanks for coming in and talking about this because... Mark wasn't ever going to be an interesting conversation about this as he's not into it. So I wanted to talk to someone that played a decent amount of time and is a Switch goddess.
Wouldn't go that far, but I try.
There's a joke somewhere in there as well. Yeah, we both went down the same line with that. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that other shit YouTubers say to annoy you.
Yeah.
And until next time, peace. What's wrong with me saying peace?
Nothing.
Don't you laugh at me. Fuck's sake.